Don't worry about what anybody else says. I want you to know that I knew that you loved me, that you cared about me. I knew the great lengths that you went for me. He says, and to me, you were my daughter through and through.
He was my dad.
It reeks of smoke when I'm connecting with your father.
Yeah, everywhere.
And what the hell? He says to me, Matt, you don't understand our family. He keeps telling me that you were supposed to quit or that you were smoking at one point and supposed to be quitting.
I was supposed to.
Your father says, throw that effing pack away. He says to me, this is the thing with our family. He shows me like everybody's sitting down at a picnic table and everyone's got their packs of cigarettes out.
Yeah.
So know that his soul is here when I'm connecting.
Okay.
And know that one of the things that he says to me is this. He says, Matt, can you please let her know that on the other side, I am completely fine? I want to whisper something in your ear. Just,
Okay.
I don't want them to catch me on the microphone. Can you hold it? Thank you. I didn't want to put all your information out there.
Thank you.
Know that your father keeps saying that I know about that and I'm sorry. And it was my job that I was supposed to protect you here in this world. And I didn't do that. He says, and I know that you're upset with me because of that. And that's why I'm here. He says, because Matt, he says, I want to let her know that she does not deserve to be in pain anymore. She doesn't deserve to have to suffer. He says, and every single day you go back and say, how am I supposed to heal from this? How am I supposed to heal from this? Your father just said to me, Matt, you have to let her know on the other side that I'm here for one reason. I'm here to ask her for her forgiveness. Your dad wants to let you know about what a beautiful person that you are. And your father tells me that the moment that he got to the other side, he saw some of the ways that he hurt you and some of the ways that he affected you here in the physical world. He says, and I want to let you know that I'm sorry. He says, because he talks about leaving your life or walking away from your life here in this world.
Yeah.
He says, and what's so sad is that you felt like your dad had never loved you here in this world. He says to me this. He says, Matt, he says, what I want her to know is one thing. I want her to know that on the other side, my soul watches over her every day. He says, and this was my fault, not yours. He says, I gave up the most beautiful thing in the world. He says, and that was my daughter. He says, but what he wants to let you know is this. Throughout your life, you've had such empathy for everybody else around you. He shows me you literally going and picking people's life back up and putting people's lives back together. And your dad says to me, I want to let her know that I am so proud of her and the woman that she's become. He says, but I also want you to take care of yourself as well. Your father keeps telling me, like, you need to slow down. And he also tells me you need to sleep better. He tells me that you're up all the friggin' time. Here's what I say. Oh, I love my job. Your father showed me, you know when you're on like Facebook, right? And somebody else is on Facebook and they got the green light next to their name, like showing you that they're online. Your father goes, Matt, he's like, she's like a traffic stop. He's like, it's always green. She's always online.
Yeah.
He says to me, listen, you need to just connect a little bit. He says, spend time with yourself. Don't worry about what everyone else is doing, because he tells me that you get stressed out over everybody else around you and that your stress is not your own.
Yeah, it's true.
So your father is saying to me this. He says, Matt, you tell her that I just want her to relax. I want her to know that I'm okay on the other side, and that when I died, I looked back on my life and I saw everything, and that I'm sorry. So know that I know that your stepfather became your dad here in this world.
Yes, he did.
And I know that he's the man that you want to hear from, because he was so influential within your life. And he's also here. What's so beautiful is you have two dads that are watching over you in heaven. You have your stepfather, and you have your real father here.
Thank you so much.
Your stepfather's also telling me that there was a lot of drama that happened with his side of the family as well when he died. And you're so upset because he tells me that you weren't recognized as his dad. Excuse me, you weren't recognized as his daughter, or he wasn't recognized as your dad when he had died.
Yes.
He says to me, listen, don't worry about what anybody else says. I want you to know that I knew that you loved me, that you cared about me. I knew the great lengths that you went for me. He says, so leave the drama where it belongs. He says, because our relationship was just between me and you only. So it doesn't matter about what anybody thought, what anybody said, what anyone says about us. It matters about what I felt about you. He says, and to me, you were my daughter through and through.
He was my dad.
So know that one of the things is this. This is your way of knowing this, because he tells me that every day you struggle and you keep feeling like you're alone and you're by yourself and that there's no one else that's there.
Yes.
He wants you to know that when you leave this event today, you leave with both your dads in spirit.
Thank you. Unbelievable. I didn't think I was going to get chosen. Matt Fraser healed my heart and is going to make tomorrow a better day for me. I'm forever grateful.